What is up, everybody? Welcome to Freq Boutique number 46. We are partying. If you do not know what Freq Boutique is a monthly modular synthesizer showcase. We have 6 performers. It's going to be a really cool show. All modular synth based artists in one way or another are using a modular synth in their performance. We started out at a bar called Fort Greene in Denver, Colorado, and we've been doing it for almost 4 years now. Like, we do it monthly, so this is 46. We're getting there, and in March we decided, or I think it was in April, we moved it online, and now we are online and worldwide. So we're no longer constrained to just having musicians from Denver play. We have people from all over, and people from all over can watch. So super fun. We've got a great lineup tonight. So be sure to stick around, and we're just going to dive right into it. So this first performer is Ryoko. Damn. That was dope. So dope. What's up, Ryoko?
Howdy.
I can barely hear you.
Uh-oh. Hang on. I don't know why I don't hear anything.
I think you have to point those mics at us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were all going crazy in chat. Super fun. Jenny says, "Thank you for gracing our ears. That was sick."
Dope. I'm glad it sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded great. We're all stoked about the countertop techno going on right there.
Cooking in the kitchen.
Exactly. Roasting some beats. I was trying to come up with all the worst puns I could, but I'm gonna save myself. Save everybody else. All right. So intro was super cool. And I was curious about what like the two drone sounds were in the intro.
So, someone on my YouTube channel talked to me about a subharmonicon, and I was like, that is too much for my poor ass. So I looked into how to create subharmonics with like competing waveforms.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna mess this up because I am not like a sound engineer, but here we go. I found a way to compete, like send a bunch of waveforms through the same channel and have them cancel a bunch of each other out to create like, it sounds like people are talking and singing in the background and stuff. So basically I'm using the Novation Peak and it's competing with the OP1, which is still running. And then there is a drone feature here in the FX of my Erica Synths Dual FX. So all three of those tones are competing with each other and canceling them out on the fly. And it kind of creates like drones and wisps and crazy shit. And then I use the Chaos Pad to just amp it up even more.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is the whole mix running through the Chaos Pad?
So no, I'm going to plug something here, and I'm not paid or anything, but I have the new 1010 Music Blue Box.
Yep.
And so as I'm playing, I have an effects send for my Chaos Pad. And so I'm like able to tell certain things to go to the Chaos Pad and then come out of the Chaos Pad. So everything is routed to be able to go through the Chaos Pad, but I'm like doing it as I kind of see fit.
Absolutely, yeah. That's tight. So that thing has stereo send and return?
Yeah, so we've got stereo send return, and then there's actually a switch in the back to set it up just to take in sends. It doesn't work very well unless you clock it with MIDI, but I'm missing...
The Chaos Pad?
Obviously it works, but there are some effects that don't work very well unless it's clocked, and I'm not clocking it right now. I'm kind of just beat matching with it, which you can do as well. It's super versatile.
What's your master clock? Are you sequencing all with the Erica drum sequencer?
So the 1010 Blue Box can be a master clock. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, dude. So I'm actually clocking the entire rig through the 1010 Blue Box, including my peak. I'm just missing a splitter so that I can clock the Korg.
Yeah.
It's super fucking awesome.
Have an analog out?
Yeah.
Analog clock out? Like, is it like MIDI only?
So the Blue Box?
I just gotta look it up. Yeah.
It's got everything. So you can actually TRS MIDI it out, or you can USB MIDI it out. It's amazing.
Yeah, it seems like a really nice piece. If you're down with the touchscreen.
Yeah, I love it. And you can
for mixing, then yeah, seems like a really cool thing.
You can also split a USB connection on it and give it a MIDI controller so that you can use all the knobs tactile. Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's another cool thing. That's something I think that's really cool about all their products that I didn't realize at first is like what you can do with a MIDI controller.
Yeah, dude. It's like say that one more time. I'm sorry. I'm like,
it's just like it's something that I think I missed out on with their products in general. That I was like, trying to, I always think of them as the touchscreen only, and I always forget that, yeah, you can add, like for that one, you add the Novation launch controller or whatever with all the faders, and it's like, I mean, then you've got tactile control over everything, which is super cool that you can do that with their products.
Yeah, it's nice, and then they've got the new module coming out soon, which is also cool. I really enjoy it, and since getting it, it's changed a lot of what I've been doing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it sounded awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Like, I'm back in it. I'm just going to be using Ryoko from now on instead of the whole Cult of One brand. And check me out, guys. I'm back with a whole new setup.
Yeah. Well, it sounded great. Hopefully, we can have you back sometime very soon.
Cool, dude.
Thanks. Have a good rest of the night.
You too, guys. I'll be watching.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. Freq Boutique number 46. I mean, give it up again for Ryoko. That was such a rad set. Started it off with a nice little intro, just kind of easing us into it, and then just gave us that fire and techno to get our hearts pumping and get us ready for the rest of the night. So that was super rad. And up next, we have Fuzzball, and we have a bunch more performers, so don't go anywhere. See you guys in a little bit. All right, very nice. I was looking at the wrong stream.
Hey there, I think you can hear me now.
Yeah, you're a little quiet. If you could turn up a little bit, that'd be good. But I can hear you.
It's 1 second. How's that?
That sounds pretty good. Awesome. Yeah, so Fuzzball, everybody. Thank you so much for playing with us.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun.
So where are you located at?
Cincinnati, Ohio, basically.
Oh, cool. How'd you find out about Freq Boutique?
The Modular Modcast Discord. So thanks you guys for letting me participate in something way out in Colorado or whatever normally, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's so cool. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's been so much fun about this is that the word has gotten out that this is a thing, and it's just really expanded the community. Freq Boutique in general really grew the Colorado community, or it grew in size as the community came together. It was kind of all at the same time, but it was really cool to see that, and our Colorado family grow, and then with everything that's going on, see the nationwide and worldwide community grow. It's been super cool. So yeah, again, thank you for playing.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun, you guys.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And so, was this your first performance, like streaming performance ever? Saw that in the chat.
Yeah, I jam a lot though, so you know what I mean. I've sort of practiced, but that was the first. Few hiccups there.
No, I didn't hear him. That's super cool. Congratulations. I mean, thank you. And yeah, again, thanks. Super cool that we can be the first.
The biggest hiccup was my 16-step sequencer. Somehow I set it to 15 and I had to change it on the fly or whatever. So.
Oh, okay. That probably gave it a cool sound everybody was talking about. So as it's your first performance with Freq Boutique, I'm just going to ask, like, what is kind of the basic rundown of your setup and kind of like your philosophy when you come into patching?
So it pretty much all runs around this new mixer. I say new, but I've had for a few months, called Cosmix.
Okay.
And it's essentially got like 4 inputs and 2 aux sends, and so I was really running stuff pretty minimalistically. I had a kick on one voice, chords on another voice through the qubit chord, which is nice because it stays diatonic, and the bass line, which was plates, metropolis, and mimetic digitalis, and then the last thing was just plates as some random percussion thing. I switched it a couple times between the hat and then some other weird mode I'm not for sure about. And then the rest was sends to a 2 HP reverb and an expert sleeper's disting running in ping pong delay. So that was pretty much it.
Okay, cool. And so what is the what was the hi-hat sound that we heard kind of towards the end of the set?
Plates.
Oh, crazy. And was that being modulated by something? Were you sequencing that?
No, actually, there's 0 modulation into the hi-hat plates, I think. The only thing that made it sound weird probably is I had Pam's workout making a polyrhythm. That's a hemial, I think, 3 against 2 or whatever. So that
okay, cool.
Weird thing to the hats.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, it just sounded like it was kind of repeating, like a repeating pattern.
Oh, my bad. It was also being sent to the delay, so you know what I mean. I don't even know what the delay was on. It was just making weird patterns. So.
Yeah, of course. That's how it goes. Well, yeah, again, awesome set. Thank you so much for playing, and hopefully we can have you on again sometime soon.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
All right, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Freq Boutique number 46. If you're just tuning in, Freq Boutique is a live performance showcase of modular synthesizer performances. So it's basically an open mic night for modular synth artists. The only real requirement is that you have a semi-modular or some sort of modular synthesizer in your setup. We do 25-minute long sets, and then we end with a 5-minute Q&A just so we can all learn something. So just kind of learn a little bit about other people's philosophies, what kind of gear they used, things like that. If you would like to sign up to play the Freq Boutique, go to coloradomodular.com/Freq Boutique, sign up with hyphens in between the spaces, and there is a sign up form there, as well as like requirements, technical requirements. Obviously, now that we are online, you do need a streaming setup. Wired internet is the best for that. But yeah, we started out at a bar in Denver called Fort Greene. If you are ever in Denver, check it out. It is a super cool place. They are open right now doing patio seating and very small, safe seating indoors. So be sure to check out Fort Greene, Denver, whenever you are in Denver or around, and check out their website. They've got some cool merch and things like that. And my name's Alex. I work with a company called WMD. We put this on, and I mean, really, we just do this so we can hang out with our friends, listen to cool music, and see what everybody is doing with the gear. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening. And don't go anywhere because we have lots more awesome performers. Up next, we have the Aefonic. Stick around. All right, that was amazing. The Aefonic, everybody.
Ooh. Got to wait for my camera person to get in line now.
Your camera person has done an incredible job, so please thank them.
There you go. Oh, look, I'm really dark.
It's dark in there. You just got to feel the vibe, man.
Yeah, it's actually quite light where I am, but hey, whatever.
How
are you, man?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you? How are you feeling after that? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. But believe it or not, that's the first time I played that all the way through.
Awesome.
So it's always good when it sort of goes roughly to plan.
Yeah, no, it sounded perfect. It sounded really good on my end. Everybody in the chat was loving it. Your vibes are always very strong. You're always coming on strong with the good vibes, man.
All right, well, that's cool. It's been a weird, we've had a weird week here at home, so it was funny getting ready for this and everything. But, and as I say, this morning I hadn't literally played like 5 minutes of this thing, so it was a bit of a rush to just get it into some sort of structure, but we sort of got there. I was winging it, but it sort of turned out all right, I think.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. It sounded
and I got
so
my
good.
gin and tonic. That's the important thing, look.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you kept getting zoom-ins on we got extra close-ups of the drink, and I was like, are you drinking a gin and tonic or a margarita?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, yeah, no, it's the gin and tonic, absolutely. It's the important thing.
Well,
I'm
cheers.
sure it gives, like, yeah, there you go, man, yeah. Cheers. I'm sure it really upsets some people because it is pretty near to my stuff, and I am pretty clumsy, so it wouldn't all surprise me to knock it over on the damn thing one day, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm recording a live set for a live stream coming up, or not a live stream, but for a video coming up, like a festival thing coming up. And I had I had a cup like of water next to my rig, and I had that exact thought. I was like, man, people are gonna give me shit about having this big glass of water. So I went and got one that had a lid and a straw.
Yeah, I know they do, and they're quite right. It's just
absolutely.
I'm just a careless person, but I know that it will be people in there will be going, well, he's got that glass right near the thing, you know. So, but I haven't got one over yet.
So Brian, you have like the rig has grown. We had a super full sound tonight, and like I noticed you have basically like every sequencer that I want. So I was
have many sequences, do I? Which ones do you want?
So you have Vector.
Oh yeah, that's great. That was controlling everything.
That's everything.
Vector was pretty much the only sequencer.
Okay, because then you have the black and gold one. That's like an arpeggiator. Instruo.
More precise. Which one?
The Instruo. What's it called?
No, that's the grain thing. That's the arbor. It's a grain. It makes like and in this, it was doing like a droney noise that I created a couple of days ago, and it just sort of fills out the background. But it's not a sequencer. That's just the grain sampler thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
The arbor.
The arbor, yeah. Okay, so I thought you had the I can't even remember what it's called because it's so big. It's like is it the ACL sequence thing?
No, I only have the Vector, and I guess you could call the newest thing in my rig is the Acid Rain Maestro,
right?
Which everything was creating the rhythms for almost everything you just heard. Because it's a fantastic piece of kit. I don't really think of that as a sequencer, but in some ways it is.
What does that do?
That was the only sequencing going on. There was nothing from anywhere else. I did have a Volterra, but I am sad to say that I took it out.
Okay.
Because it was just taking up space and I wasn't using it because of the Vector.
Right.
But I'll tell you what was in there. I'll ask the questions for you, Alex, shall I?
Yeah, you just tell me what you were doing, please.
Okay, well, the main voice, or the thing that I've been sort of most pleased with, I bought it, I don't know, about 4 months ago now, is the Rare Waves Hydronian. And in everything I've created so far, it creates that acid noise, so you know all the way through that. There's like this acid sort of squelchy noise, you know, thing going on. And the Maestro was into that as well, which makes it even more acidy sounding. But it's a big big unit, but it's like a self-contained voice. It's got an envelope in it and a filter and everything else. And it's really found its way to the heart of everything I've been doing for this last 3 or 4 months, and that was exactly the same there. It was playing all the way through for the track, but I would like, close it right down so it was very, very tight and plucky, and then you can open it up and make it really wide, and that's what I did right at the end to make a big sort of finish thing. I just opened it up, and it sounds great.
Oh, that's awesome. What were the chords you were doing?
What was I using for chords? Oh, yeah, the chord. That was interesting. So it was chainsaw. I've got a chainsaw in there, and it was the Symphonian sending CV to the 3 chainsaw inputs, and that was creating the chords. And the Symphonian was moved tune-wise from the vector. So I just had I just had CV going into the Symphonian, and that changes the chord shapes, and that goes into the chainsaw, and that was all the chords you were hearing.
Oh, okay,
there were some samples, though. There were some, and you're probably thinking of that actually, because you probably even noticed the thing I just talked about. I created some samples from Omnisphere. As you know, that's my favorite VST. So I created a couple of pad sounds from there, and they were in there, and they're very lush, and you have to sort of use them sparingly because they take over the track if you're not careful.
Right. And what were the drums you were using?
Oh, a whole mixture of things. So WMD drums, there was Chimera, there was Fracture, there was a couple of samples on Assimilator, there was Crater in there, there was no drum loops. Everything you were hearing was sort of being played live, be it a sample or be it a module. But the interesting thing is, and this is the first time I've done this, I was using Euclidean rhythms from Pam's new workout, and I was controlling that via CV. So all the time you might have seen me sort of messing around in the back of the rig here, and I was basically attenuating the CV so that when you made it less, it was less of a rhythm, much more sparse, and when you turned it up, it was just a full-on rhythm. So that helped with a song like that where it goes fast and then it goes slow, or it goes busy and then it goes less busy. Mm-hmm. That's how I was doing that. So it was sort of all real time, but most of the drum rhythms, with the exception of the kick drum, were coming from Pam's as Euclidean rhythms, which is the first time I've ever done that, and it worked really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that sounded really good. Well, thank you so much again for playing.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure. As you know, I love it.
Yeah, we love having you, Brian.
It was cool.
All right, man. Well, have a great night. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't go anywhere. We have an awesome show still coming for you guys. So stick around. Up next is My Doll Finger.
just another sinking ship. Why you keep following me down? How long before you lose your grip? Oh, and I will. Oh, and I will sink you. Sink you.
That was wonderful. You know, I write notes down during everybody's performances, but I didn't write notes down during that one because I was just hanging out. I can't hear you.
How about now?
There you go.
Okay. No, you
It
should.
was the ping pong delay.
As usual. Sorry. Wait. Sign Mountain. Did I get it?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. I'm glad you were hanging out.
So yeah, I was saying I usually take notes during this thing and during performances. And the only note I have written down is Jock Jam's Arena. And what that means was the cheering samples. And I was curious about like where those came from, and basically like the idea of this like live crowd space, like where that came from.
I was trying to do the Chemical Brothers' Loops of Fury, and so that's kind of my cover version of Loops of Fury, and it had a crowd noise sample in it, and
Totally.
and it got me pumped up, and I thought maybe it would get everybody else pumped up. So
That's so awesome. I actually think that got called out in the chat.
oh, good, okay. So you may remember the Elisa sample rack. It's gone. It's RIP. And so I got a new sampler, and so that's why I was using it so much tonight.
Nice. That was in my mental notes, was where is the sample rack in the BeatStep Pro?
Yeah, the BeatStep is still here. The tape player is still here. I didn't use it tonight, but this is the new sampler, the 1010 music one.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Which was.
So are you using that for one shots or for loops, or for both, I guess?
Just one shot, yeah. That the BeatStep Pro would trigger. You know, you see I've got all this. Actually, the sample rack was actually better in some ways than this, because this only does triggers. It doesn't do velocity, and it only takes MIDI if you're going to use this as a wavetable synth, which I wasn't. I needed it for samples. So you're always on the hunt for the perfect sampler, you said last time.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's totally the thing. It's like the sample rack, sometimes like, you know, it can be tucked away. It's in a rack. So when you turn the rack on, it turns on, and then it's just one cable to control it. And it's simple as that. And I think I fully get you on that. I think that's one of the things about samplers and about modular in general, I guess, is the more channels you add, the more cables you add.
Yes.
And in my case, I use the assimilator, and it has individual outs. So I'm always tempted to run those individual outs towards or through other modules.
Yeah.
And then that just makes me like lust over filters and other random stuff that I could use that I don't need.
Yeah, it's a black hole. I know.
Yeah. So that set was. So you said it was mainly the sitar samples and all those things. Those are being played off of the Bitbox.
Yeah, the Bitbox.
And then you have the 3 Moogs. Are you using? I saw you playing the subharmonicon quite a bit.
Yeah, I was just kind of jamming with that, and everything was in C, and so the tempura, that drone sound, that's one of the sitar is for the melodic stuff, and it also has drone strings. But then you also have this tempura, which only plays drones. And
right.
So that's what that was. So yeah, I tuned the subharmonicon to that and jammed with it a little bit. And then, as you heard, I kind of got obsessed with this group of my friends out of Monterey, who aren't together anymore, but had just this lovely voice. I'm like, I've got to use that. It's so beautiful. I haven't asked
breaking up on my side. I can't
Okay.
understand what you're saying.
Okay, I was talking about the vocal sample that I used. Did you hear that?
Yeah, just hold on like 1 second. Let's let it catch up.
Okay.
Then we'll see if this works. I have no idea. Okay. Now,
Okay.
tell me what you're saying. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good. I was talking about the vocal sample that I used that was from my friends back in Monterey. I haven't asked her permission yet, but it was just so beautiful. I had to use it.
Oh, that's so cool. Is that from like her band or something?
Yeah. The Lily Lemon was the name of the band. Then they went on to form Kinder Creatures, and still doing music out there in Monterey. So.
Awesome. Well, yeah, everybody check that out if you dug that sample. I really liked it, and I was wondering where it came from. So that's awesome. So yeah, the subharmonicon is definitely something that is interesting to me, and I think it's kind of an interesting. It's definitely an interesting piece because it's meant more for like experimenting with sound design, right?
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get out of it, and I'm not even using it to its full potential.
Yeah. And then what was the module that's up above the Bitbox?
You don't recognize this one?
Is that Crater?
It's a Crater. I just got it.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I was wondering. I can't see the lights, so
Okay. And then the No Coast, my very first one. And no modular here in the 19-inch. That's it.
Yeah, and that's where you're mixing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right on.
And I can mute stuff too. So I used the D-fan for the hi-hat sounds, and so I was toggling on and off that on the mixer.
Right on. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for playing, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Alex.
Mm-hmm. And everybody, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a really cool show, and just really excited about everybody that we have had on so far. Definitely don't go anywhere. Pour yourself a beverage, make yourself some snacks, do whatever you got to do. Maybe drink some coffee. I don't know. Do what you got to do to stay up. Some jumping jacks, some push-ups. We're still going, and we're still partying. And up next is Jinks HQ. Yo, that was awesome. Really cool set. Lots of dynamics. Took us places. Everybody, this is Jinks HQ.
Am I here? Am I there?
You are here. I can hear
Okay.
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Alex.
Great. Hey, thank you again for playing. That was excellent.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pleasure. It's I think it's rare to play live, so this is really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I someone in the set said, or someone in the chat said that they would like to hear your music over the top of a documentary, and so I sent them to your performance from Freq Boutique 42, where you had the video of the film lab going.
Yeah. That was awesome too. The French Kodak factory.
Yeah, so cool. And but yeah, I was like, you can get a taste of that right after this. Just go to this.
Check that out.
Just
Yeah.
go check that out.
Yeah, things
Yeah,
have
that
changed.
sounded great. I was curious about where like the vocal samples were coming from.
The spoken radio stuff.
Yeah.
That's just coming out of this little. I think I used this before. This little sample box.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brandy Wine Noise and
Yeah.
Richard Upchurch. And so you can just has a little ECM mic on there, so you can pick up anything and then pitch it down, loop it, and that was just playing constantly. And then I was just attenuating it in when I needed it. You know, bring it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was way more complex than that.
No. Yeah, no. Like a radio module that's in there somewhere.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for that. We have the radio music, and I'm like, where's just like the AM, just the AM.
No, there's one that I want.
receiver.
I can't remember the name of it, but it has gate function, so you can treat it like a percussion or something.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Something like that, and you can and then it skips through the stations as you're doing it, so it'll like and it'll do all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what I need. That is
$180. It's on my want list, but it's not here.
yeah. But you can't play, like, you're not allowed to play in basements because it just won't pick up anything.
It won't pick anything up. Yeah.
No warehouses, no basements.
It'll get really nice noise.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So this time I'm learning more about how you were playing, but I'm still just going to ask about sequencing.
Oh, you are? That's great. If you could let me know. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I'm learning a little bit more each time, but I'm still... But I'm still figuring it out. So the sequencing, I was curious about the one that's on the top left corner of the right case is like it looked like the top channel was stepping through like going to random steps, and the bottom channel was going through regular. Top left of the right case.
Yeah, the top left of the right case. The Tesseract step fader. It's only got one clock going into this one right now, and it's split. So there's two 8-step sequences, but the what am I doing to this? It has a function where the top sliders, it's called X2. The top sliders change the division of the bottom sequencer.
Oh, cool.
The clock division. So if you have the sliders set particularly high or low, it'll actually change per step the clock division of the bottom sequencer, which is crazy.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and then the gates.
What sequencer is that?
It's a Tesseract step fader. And,
okay, cool.
It's an incredible thing. You can build it, and it's really affordable, like just over $100 to build it. And it has mode functions, so you can chain the two, so it becomes a 16-step, or you can globally have the two 8-steps in sync with each other, the two sequences. And then it has, and you can change all that on the CV, which is great. And then it has gate out for every single step. So there's 16 gate outs, and there's 4 ABCD gates. So you got 64 gates, and you can. So I use the gates out of that to trigger all those stuff, and then you can switch those on and off, and you can trigger, envelope. I have it triggering envelopes and low-cost gates and stuff,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then the big knob in the middle, you can actually shorten the bottom sequencer depending what setting it's in. So it will just play a couple notes or 4 notes or 5 notes and repeat the 4 so it becomes a 4-step sequencer or it's fucking crazy, that thing. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting. I was just talking to somebody about sequencers that feel like another person, I guess, or like sequencers that you interact with that kind of create things that you can then react to.
Yeah.
And that's definitely seems to be kind of your style, which is super cool. It's like the machine and you the machine is kind of rolling, like doing its thing for sure.
Yeah, the machine is rolling, and I kind of patch a bit chaotically, so it tends to get. I use a lot of clocks, so things get a little crazy. I usually use every output of a temps util, so I have 6 different clocks going, which are then sent to multis to send to different places, and then those multis. I just got a couple of. I built a couple of ST modular trifilos, so I have 6 LFOs that can be synced or unsynced, and those also have divisions out of those as well. So there's lots of. I use a lot of clock dividing, and so now my rack has a lot more modulation, a lot more LFO modulation. Before I just had the triple slots, which was out of control and crazy.
Yeah, totally.
But now I have both. I have the trifilos. I can actually add some synced modulation, which is handy.
Well, yeah, it sounded awesome. Really just like a continuous, nice set, and had some cool dynamics and lots of awesome stereo stuff. Just really felt really nice.
That's the LFOs working on the WMD mixer and the pans, just to get everything panning individually. I like to have everything on a single input, and then I get really frustrated because then I don't have enough inputs, so I have to double them up and use both inputs on each one.
Yeah.
And so both things get panned, so at different times I have to turn the LFO off so that not both of those things go panning crazy all the time. Otherwise, people get really psyched out by that. What I really need is the expansion module, so I can have a little more.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, and then you realize it's only 2 more channels, and you're like, "Fuck." Yeah, right. Then you start doing it. You start putting putting one thing in the right, one thing in the left, because you're already using A/B inputs.
Yeah. That's it. I know.
I just took the expansion out of my case. Until I have an 8-channel mixer, and I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna gonna limit myself, and I'm using the mix in. I'm using both of the returns. I'm using everything. But yeah, that's awesome to hear that you're using the voltage control on the panning.
Oh yeah, all the time, and sometimes on the level as well. The VCA just to bring things up and down for me.
That's great. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because that's something I feel like, that's something I know that I don't demo enough to people, because that's something that I I did I've done a couple demo videos on it, and it's like, here, this is something that it can do. But it's not something I personally do a lot, but it's just such a good effect to do voltage control panning and especially in that style of music and where you've got lots of different sequences happening. And then you start getting this idea of well, that sequence was there, but now I don't even know which one it is anymore. So
something else that I love about this mixer that I do a lot, and I did at the end of this, is I use the Q function to send out a channel that I want to be sending out from the Q out.
Oh yeah.
And right now I have all of them. Towards the end, I just queued them all out. And I have that mono feed being sent to a stereo filter, an ST modular Carl filter, which is in a phaser mode. So, and then that's coming back in directly into the mix in stereo.
Awesome.
So that was just phasing left and right and phasing I wanted to do a Kratrock phaser thing towards the end.
Totally.
And that's why I need the expansion, because then I could put that into the expansion, and then I could pan that at the end.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Because it's just going into the mix in.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need a attenuator for each side or something. No. I I love that you figured that out. That's like totally one of those.
It's like submixing, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those like extra little tricks about the performance mixers. Like the cue, the point of it is that you can, or like the original idea is that you can listen to stuff while a fader's down and listen to it in your headphones. But then we put the cue output on there, and that basically just turns it into a third auxiliary set.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I love it. I love that.
So love that you're using it like that. That's super cool. And yeah,
if I could change anything on this mixer,
tell me right now.
It would be the aux switch. You have to choose between one or two. It won't sit in the middle and have both. You know? I was like bummed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was one of those decisions that we were fully confident on as a like fail safe of like not wanting to like accidentally send something to the wrong thing, right?
Right.
And now we like, like you still do that on accident every once in a while. And it's like, well, if you send the kick through the reverb, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So that is something that I totally understand. There are some ways around it, but yeah, I mean, it's like it requires other modules, so I totally get that. But yeah, thank you again. Thanks for playing, man. So great.
Totally,
it's good to talk with you. Good to see you.
I always enjoy it. Yeah, see you in real time sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I cannot wait. Someone in the chat also said that, like, cannot wait to see you play actually at the bar because the vibes would be very high.
Oh man, yeah, I'd love to play it through a system and play big. That would be fantastic for me. Yeah,
we'll get there.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Thank you, Jinx. Right. Have a good night, man. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. And man, what a great night. This has just been super wild. Lots of good performances. Thanks to everybody that's active in the chat for hanging out with us and hanging out with each other. I know it's not hanging out in real life, but it is pretty cool. And as someone said, we're not all screaming at each other, yelling at each other's ears while somebody's playing. It's a real cool way to actually put your full attention onto the performer that's playing, that we're all doing this from home. But I know I'm in the same boat. I know I can't wait till we all can do this together. So thank you again for hanging out with us. Tonight we have one more performer, so don't go anywhere. Up next is Roachy. All right.
Aloha.
Aloha. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for playing.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me.
I got to give it up to your production coordinator. Top notch work.
Absolutely. She, makes the rules. Hello.
What?
What? I know, because I have to use headphones for this. Sorry. The missus says aloha as well, by the way.
All right, awesome. Well, tell her I thought that she did a wonderful job, and the dog cameo was a big hit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was my area of opportunity from last time. I really wanted the dog in the set. And,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
made it happen finally.
Got to have the puppies in the set.
Dude, can I hit you with a question real quick, Alex?
Of course.
Dude, you have to tell me about 26 tracks in a week.
26 tracks in a week.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, you did 26 tracks in a week. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I have to know more about this other than just, like, a few words on Instagram, bro.
Right. Well, I'll just tell you that the dude who won the challenge did 60.
60?
Yeah.
Holy jeez Louise.
So that dude, like, obviously doesn't do anything else. No, he crushed it. So I for the past, like, 2 months, I was a part of a 5-week course.
All right.
With a dude named Justin J, who's one of my favorite producers and DJs. And check him out on Instagram. And he did a 5-week boot camp. And he had people from all over, like, different, like, backgrounds. Like, he had people who literally downloaded Ableton's trial to take this class. And then he had people who, like, have been doing this for a long time. And then he had me, who, like, has a bunch of modular stuff and uses synths and stuff. And the course is basically just, like, trying to get you to make music, stop thinking too much, be really just make simple stuff and, like, finish stuff. And
absolutely.
And so the 4th or 5th week, he did challenges every week. So we had, like, make a lo-fi house track.
All right.
Challenge. Make a gnarly track, which is, like, just put distortion on the master and see what happens.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, and so then he had a quantity challenge, which was just do as much as stuff as you can. Don't think about it.
All right.
And the winner, whoever gets the most, gets to do a collab track with him that he'll release on his label. And so that was kind of the basis of it.
Was
the whole
there,
idea,
like, a minimum time you could do for the tracks? Like, out of curiosity, like, how long did these tracks have to be, dude?
So they could be as long as you wanted. They could be ideas. They could be 1-bar ideas, or 8-bar idea.
All right.
They could be a fully fleshed out track. You got more points if they were structured, and then more points if he could tell that you spent time mixing and then mastering them. Like, so basically, like, the idea was that for production, this was all in Ableton. This was, like, you're not
right on, man.
not allowed to use other stuff, which is funny. But, like, you're only, like, you should use Ableton and synthesizer, or the synthesizers inside Ableton. But the idea was to go through the process of starting, structuring, and finishing as many times as you could in a week, just to, like, really flex that muscle, and then, like, just start you out on this repetitive journey of, like, not just starting shit, like, always finishing it if you can.
Yeah, like,
right? And so
to finish your tracks, right?
Yeah. So the idea was that, and so I got to the point where I was able to, like, do a rough mix and master on every track I did and structure them out. And then I got stuck a couple times of just, like, man, this sucks, and, like, everything I make is not cool at all. And then I listened to them back now, like, 3 weeks later, and I'm like, oh man, some of these tracks are really cool. Like, I definitely had some cool ideas in there. And then I made the track that has now been released. It's called Shake That. If you want to think of me completely different, you can go listen to it on Spotify. It's hilarious.
Yo. 90s rap.
Yeah, so I just, like, and that was just a whole thing of, like, he just basically said, like, as soon as you get stuck, just make something silly and just, like, make yourself laugh and, like, just get back to having fun. And so that's what I did for that track, and he really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm like, it's silly. I'm kind of embarrassed about the track, but it's out now, so whatever.
It's out. It's official.
All right, so back to you.
Sorry about that little detour there.
No, that's all good. I mean, so did I answer your question?
Oh, and then some.
All right, cool. Yeah, I figure. I like to talk, You don't get me started, dude.
Yeah, don't get a drink in front of you, too.
All right, so sick intro. Definitely really like the intro. And then you just brought it right into the bass, which I was wondering, like, the first bass sound. What was the first bass sound?
Oh, geez. I have no idea what I just did, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I just kind of roll with it. It was either
I don't think it was the Moog. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, then it was probably the old System 500. The System 500 was the first bass line of the evening.
Okay, sick.
I believe so, yeah. Because I tried to use, like, a bunch of different modules this time than I used last time.
Just to throw me off, yeah. Totally.
Why does everybody want to hear the Tone Star again? We just did 30 minutes of Tone Star. It feels like yesterday. So I tried to do more like System 500, System 100 kind of stuff, or I'm sorry, System 1M, whatever you want.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
And just try and focus on that a little bit more. I got the Nord in the mix there a little bit at the end. My old best friend.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. What Nord is that?
That's the original version 1. That one's just a gnarly little bastard. It's got a completely
Is that what you're using for chords?
Absolutely, dude. I've been using that thing for chord for years. It's just... I grew up listening to a lot of Underworld, and I feel a lot of that music was all the original Nord,
Yeah.
So it's a sound that's near and dear to my heart. The old Nord 1, though, just sounds way gnarlier than the other ones, because it has, like, just, I guess, a lower quality digital analog converter. So it just got tone, man. That thing just cuts through a mix like nothing else.
So that's like a Nord lead 1 or something?
Yeah, the Nord lead 1. No effects,
cool.
no nothing on there, dude. Just the raw
That's
sound,
awesome.
and I love it.
Yeah, it sounded really cool. I just put that in my internet history, so I will be checking it out later. That's kind of like what I do when I do this. I'm like, so what did you do? It's like, oh, I did all this. It's like I used this, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna write that down really fast.
Save that.
I've got lots of things that I should check out.
The bad thing about the Nord, casual FYI, it only has 4 voices of polyphony. So you have to find the 12 voice expansion. That might be like $50 on the old eBays if you find it.
Oh, crazy.
I've got the 12 voice in there, and it makes a huge difference.
For sure. Voice count. Oh, man.
Because I use all 4 MIDI channels on the Nord, so I can do different sounds, right? So you'll have like sound 1 be your bass, sound 2 can be your, synth drum, whatever you want it to be, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Every one of those sounds uses a polyphony. So if you only have 4 voices, you can only do 4 monophonic sounds.
Yeah, you got 4 sounds, yeah.
For something you're trying to use to play chords, that's kind of craptacular.
Yeah, totally.
Chords, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have the Prophet 08 and I love it, but I'm also just like, oh yeah, I should get the Prophet 16 because of I went to a studio and I got to play a CS80 once.
Oh, dear.
And it was super cool. And I learned that like the thing behind the CS80 is that it's basically like why it's so cool is that it's basically 2 synthesizers, like just 2 8 voice or whatever, however many it is, synthesizers on top of each other that you layer. And then you have the aftertouch and then you have the ribbon controller. But like the fact that it's 2 synths is like why it's so dope. And I was like, oh shit, my Prophet.
That's why it's so heavy. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That thing's like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's two polyphonic synthesizers from whatever day that was made.
Yeah,
like
thanks, Vangelis.
early 80s.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
But yeah, like the Prophet 08 can do that, but I only have 4 voices. So it's like, shit, man, now I need to go up.
Up that polyphony real quick.
So I feel you there. Okay, so then the other thing I was curious about was like when you are playing, are you basically bringing parts in and out, like especially like drums. Like, do you have patterns saved, or are you basically like just bringing stuff in and doing it all on the fly?
So I have loose drum hits that happen in the sequencer, but I'm bringing everything in and out and doing all the effect stuff on the fly. So
Okay.
I'll have like, here's the kick, here's the clap, here's the hi-hat, and here's one percussion sound. And in the Roland, I have them all multi-tracked out. So I have them feeding into the mixer in individual channels. So say if I wanted to like just throw a little bit more delay onto the snare and get like, just kind of like that dubby kind of build-up kind of stuff, you have that flexibility without touching the kick or any of the rest of the kit.
Yeah.
And then also too, I've got the digital output feeding the drum machine into the MX1, so I can also do like an effects chain off my drums there too if I want.
Right.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, last question. Was the skull on my right side that had LEDs in its eyes, was that CV controlled?
I wish. I really wish I could say absolutely, but no, dude. Hold on 1 second. You want me to ruin the magic for you real quick? Oh, it's great.
Yeah, let's do it. It's not just for me, it's for everybody. Oh, I see. Tap lights.
Pop these bad boys right in, dude.
Yeah.
That skull's big enough that they actually fit inside the eye sockets.
Oh, nice.
So that's a little leftover trick from Halloween.
Nice. Yeah, some people were saying that your set would be perfect for Halloween.
Oh, bro.
Dude. So did you do that? Did you have speakers going out for Halloween?
Okay, so down here where my little studio is, it's in the basement. And over here, right here, is a window well. I actually set up a speaker out there in the window well. And I basically programmed about like 2 hours worth of spooky sounds that triggered randomly every 5 minutes.
Perfect.
So it really catch you off guard.
Yeah.
And then I put a big old honkin' reverb tail on them too, so that thing would just hang.
Yeah.
Dude, it was spooktacular, man. It was a lot of fun.
I love that. That's so awesome.
I'm definitely gonna go more extreme next year, I think.
I think we need a Muff Wiggler thread, or at least like on our Discord, we need a thread of Halloween ideas, and then we need like a recap, like we need a recap thread that's like, here's all the shit that all these people did for Halloween. Because I mean, we all have the gear, we've all got it. We've got speakers, we've got stuff to make crazy sounds, we've got samplers. I know at least 30% of us have fog machines.
And lasers, I'm sure too.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I got fog machines and lasers.
Yeah.
I've thrown a party in my day.
Right.
Awesome. Well, Roachy, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for playing. That was awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
All right, everybody. That is it. Freq Boutique number 46. What a show. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We have some things we are going to plug. And so I just have to get to them, right? I have to figure out where my list of things are. All right, anyways, here we go. Vino Malo does a live stream every single Friday. Super dope. Live, hardware, modular, everything. Vino Malo and Paul City are your residents for that evening. Every Friday night. They start, I think, at 8 p.m. And super cool, fun stream to be a part of. So the next one is Friday, February 12th. And just set that reminder every Friday. It's a fun event. And then after that, head over to Basement State on Twitch. So Vino Malo is Vino Malo on YouTube. So just do the search, Vino Malo on YouTube. Get his channel, subscribe. And then we've got the Basement State on Twitch. Again, just go to Twitch, search Basement State. And those dudes do, that whole crew does Friday nights as well. So watch Vino Malo stream, head over to the Basement State after that. I'm there every Friday. Then this Saturday, we also have Modular World, which is an awesome showcase, similar to how Freq Boutique works. modular performances from all over the world. That's this Saturday, February 13th. And then we have the Colorado Modular Synth Society meetup. That next one is on February 28th. So be sure to check out all of those things. Lots of really cool content happening all the time. One more cool channel to check out is the Earth Modular Society. It's a channel on Twitch and YouTube, I believe, and they're basically streaming all the time. They've got a generative patch running all the time, and then they have performers pepper in and out. So if you subscribe to that channel, you will get notifications every time they do those. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I am just super inspired. Can't wait to go patch myself. We will see you all next month, Freq Boutique number 47 in March. Thanks again. We'll see you all next time. Peace.